let's call these motherfuckers up right the fuck now and see what the fuck is going on in their world, man.
Hello.
Hello, Knox Colby.
Hey, how's it going?
Dude, man, what's going on, man? We just got done blasting The Quickening, man, and
oh, hell yeah.
I gotta tell you, dude, that is some fucking pissed off, fucking crazy, fucking sounding shit, man. What the fuck?
That's a good track.
Yeah, it is, dude. Dude, the whole record is insane. From the get go, man. It's just right out of the gates, just fucking killing everybody. So tell us, man. What's going on?
Thank you.
Well, you're welcome, man. So what's going on in your world, man?
Just working. I'm currently covered in poison ivy from clearing out a bunch of trees that were growing through a chain link fence. And so, poison ivy wrapped all the way around the fence. So my hands, my arms, my waist, my neck, my privates, is covered in poison ivy.
God damn, dude.
And I built a bunch of stairs today, and now my hands are covered in what's it called? Splinters. So I'm just sitting here, just like in so much mortal pain. It's great. It's great.
That's fucking crazy, man. So
yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's a good time to channel all that shit into writing some new songs.
Hey, I'm here for it. I mean, at least I know I'm alive.
Yeah.
I don't really care. It's just all right. Well, I'm glad I'm itching and stabbing pains every time I try to move my hands. Just to know that I'm actually alive.
I feel you, man. Actually, earlier today, I was doing something similar. I was tearing down a bunch of vines that were growing up on the side of the house. I got a bunch of chickens in the backyard, so I was going to tear them down and just throw them to the chickens, let them eat them. Mm-hmm. And then after I did, I was looking at the leaves, and I was kind of like, wait a second, I hope that wasn't. But I went and asked my wife about it. She was like, no, it's Virginia creeper. So I was like, okay.
That's crazy.
Thankfully,
yeah.
But yeah, that fucking poison ivy, man. That shit ain't no fucking joke, dude. I totally know, man.
Oh, dude, I'm on like week 2 of this shit, and it keeps popping up in random little blooms all over my body, and just it's slowly going away. But like, holy hell, like, I haven't had poison ivy since I was a kid, so I completely I don't remember how this felt. It's been like 25 years. Like, you don't remember pain like that. Yeah, so my body is, I want to light it on fire.
What do they say? Like, if it's got like 3 leaves, fucking leave it alone, or
yeah,
okay.
leaves of 3, let me be.
Yeah, I knew there was a saying there, man. I couldn't remember.
Yeah, and I saw leaves of 3, and I was like, well, you're in the way. And so I just grabbed it. It just hauled, huge piles of it away. And so it's just all over my clothes and all over my skin. And just, lesson learned.
Yeah, I feel you, man. Well, speaking of that, you guys are, where are you guys based out of? Virginia?
Yeah, Richmond, Virginia.
Hell yeah, man. Fucking, I lived there for a little while when I was a kid.
Oh yeah, where at?
Richmond.
No, but like neighborhood. Do you remember?
Fuck, I don't remember, man. It was fucking early '80s, fucking mid '80s. That's a long time ago, dude. I don't know.
No worries.
But I do remember. I mean, yeah. So like that's a similar landscape to what we have down here in Tennessee, man. Fucking a lot of wild shit growing everywhere that wants to fucking kill you.
Yeah.
But as far as the metal scene there, man, how would you describe the metal scene today?
In Richmond, in terms of like metal underground scene, I would say it's doing pretty well. We've got some pretty sick fucking bands. I mean, it's all kind of amalgamized here to where it's like punk and hardcore and metal kind of all plays the same shows, and it's not weird. So, like, it's kind of harder to distinguish. But we have bands like Antichrist Siege Machine, which I think they just finished up a European tour, which is dope. I think they immediately came home and then flew out to go keep playing in the Pacific Northwest, which is awesome. And then we have bands like Killing Pace, which is like if Napalm Death were a hardcore band. And then we have bands like Blazing Tomb, which is like, you know, if Bolt Thrower were a hardcore band. You know, I mean, there's so much going on right now.
Hell yeah.
So it's exciting. It's really fucking cool. Yeah, Richmond always has something, you know, new and something exciting happening within the underground scene.
Fuck yeah, man. Well, as far as like your influences and stuff, man, what was the kind of some of the bands and stuff that got you into music when you were a kid?
When I was a kid, let's see, I'm 32 now, about to be 33 at the end of summer. So, let's see, born in 1990, that would have been, you know, Metallica Black Album was like, you couldn't get away from it from 1990 to like what, even now, you can't really get away from it.
It's still selling millions of fucking copies every week.
Exactly. Yeah, it's yeah. I just grew up with it. Soundgarden was really big for me when I was a kid.
Hell yeah.
I'm talking like under age 7.
Yeah.
Because that was on the radio a lot of Black Hole Sun. Let's see, and then as I got older, towards the end of the 90s, was like Limp Bizkit and Korn and Deftones and shit like that. And then when we moved from Minneapolis, Minnesota to Fredericksburg, Virginia, that's when I met the first person, like this guy that lived at the end of the cul-de-sac. His name was Caleb. His dad was really only into 2 bands, which was Gorilla Biscuits and Red Hot Chili Peppers. Three. Gorilla Biscuits, Red Hot Chili Peppers, and Bad Brains. So that's the first time I heard Gorilla Biscuits and Bad Brains, when I was like 10 or 11, something like that. Yeah, it was pre 9/11. So yeah, I was jamming on the Quickness and Start the Day at like age 10, and that's when I started to get into punk and everything like that. Like, you know, kind of deep diving as a 10-year-old.
Yeah.
And then from there, we moved from Fredericksburg to Virginia Beach, which has had and still does have a really prominent, big hardcore scene. And so I started getting into hardcore because my brother, who's about 2 years older than me, was old enough to get rides and get permission from our parents to go to shows.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, well, I can't, I'm not allowed to go, but like report back. And he would come back and like late at night, he'd be like, here's the most violent thing I've ever seen. I've never seen anything like this. Like, it's awesome. It's crazy. I saw all these bands. I bought all their demo tapes, you know, just local bands and shit like that. And then finally I was allowed to go to like a handful. And I've just been addicted to fucking, shows and hardcore and metal, like, ever since. Like, and that was probably the age, like, 12 or 13. So...
when we're young, dude, it's like the danger of it, that's so attractive, man. Like when you hear all these stories,
terrifying.
Yeah, it is, man. Like I remember the first time I went to a Slayer show, like I was fucking shaking, fucking going in there. I was thinking, like, what the fuck is gonna happen, man? And lights go out, and then fucking shit starts going, and fucking next thing you know, there's bodies flying everywhere. It's like fuck.
Yeah, but then, like. Even like one I always think of was a show in Virginia Beach. It was at a dance recital, like practice space. So the walls were mirrors, and there was a little stage, and everything was painted like fuchsia. It was really weird, but they had shows there for a little bit. And who played? Winter Solstice played. They're like a regionally big band at the time. Bloody Sunday was a regional big hardcore band and stuff. And this other band, it's kind of like the Misfits, Von Doom, played. And during, I think it was Bloody Sunday, people were moshing, unmoshing, and someone grabs my head, my little teenage head, and tries to slam it up against the wall. And my hand stopped myself. But, like, little did either of us know, like, my eye was, like, 2 inches away from a fucking nail coming out of the wall to, like, hang a coat on. So I was like, and I stopped myself and it stopped, and I like looked back at him. He was like, "Oh shit, sorry," and like patted me on the head, and then just immediately continued beating people up. But like, that was like the environment, like, and so growing up in that environment, you're just like, well, anything can happen, and kind of like written my soul away. Just by paying the ticket price, and like Lord knows if I'll come back with a tongue, or my teeth that I walked in with. Like that's just the price you pay. Yeah,
for sure, man. Fucking shit's crazy, man, but it's addictive. Like it's hard to.
Yeah, it's fucking addictive. The adrenaline is addictive.
Oh yeah, man. Well. As far as Enforced, like, how did this band get started, man? You tell us about the history about this?
Yeah, excuse me. Everyone but me was in this band, this hardcore band, Outshined. And I think they only had a demo. But I think they wanted to change their sound, and I can't remember completely. I'll just go ahead. I'm probably wrong, but the vocalist was like, "No, I don't want to do that," and so he quit. And they were like, "Well, shit, we need to find a new vocalist." And I was working with our first drummer, Eisige, at a grocery store at the time. And he knew I had been in bands and, had been around for a while. And he was like, "Hey, like, if you want to try out for this band that we already have a demo written for the new stuff. Why don't you, write some lyrics to it and see if it works, and like come to practice." And I was like, what year was it? 2016. So I was 26, and I hadn't been in bands for like, 5 years or something like that. And I was just like, man, I don't know. Like, I think I'm too old at 26. Like, I think I'm too old for that, and I think I think it's out of my system. Because I mean, like if you're in bands and stuff from like 13 to 26, like
Yeah.
you're kind of like you're so like baked into it, you know, to the point where you're just, you know, if you're able to do it or not. So I was like, I don't think I'm going to be able to do this. Like, but I tried, and they really fucking dug it. And I had never met any of the dudes prior to that. But they had already known each other for like a really long time. So, yeah, I did the vocals on the demo, and then they were like, awesome, cool. Like, we're gonna keep that and make a demo. And that was 2017. And we've been fucking going crazy ever since.
Hell yeah, man. It's like that old saying, man, you never know until you try. And then,
Yeah.
And now look at you guys, man. Now you're fucking signed with Century Media. And
yeah, I thank my stars every day for just betting on myself.
Hell yeah, man. You guys got some good shows coming up too, man. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, we're about to go on tour with Venom Inc. and Exhumed.
Fuck yeah.
And
Acid Witch?
Acid Witch and Worm Witch. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. And we've toured with Exhumed before, so it's nice to just see the boys again. But it's nice to make new friends too.
Yeah.
Along the way.
All those
that'll be fucking awesome.
Oh, I can only imagine, man. Fucking all those bands on that bill are fucking badass, dude. Fuck.
Yeah, and like since we're getting to like a couple weeks prior to us going out, like the whole email chain has already started, and everyone's already cracking jokes, like cracking wise. And you're just like, all right, this is gonna be sick. This is great. The camaraderie is already there, which is nice.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. And you guys are playing Full Terror Assault too, right?
Yeah, we'll be on tour during that time too. It hasn't been announced yet. I don't know why. But we're going on tour in support of another band that's also playing Full Terror Assault. So keep your ears to the ground about that. That's another full U.S. tour all through September.
Fuck yeah, man. Any Tennessee dates in there?
I believe so. There should be at least 2. I want to say.
Hell yeah, man. Because we'd love to see you guys, man.
Yeah. Just man, I would tell this to every listener, or like to everyone who hits us up on Instagram or whatever. It's just like, yo, if we're not coming directly next door to you, plan to drive. Like, plan to drive. Like, if you want to see it, come and see it. But if we're not playing 20 minutes away from you, we're probably playing 2 or 3 hours away from you. And, you know, I mean, that's coming from me. I know I live off the Interstate 95 corridor, where, like, I can get up to Baltimore in, you know, less than 3 hours, or, like, down to Charlotte in 4. So I can pretty much see anything in between.
Yeah.
But like, man, like, if you really want to go. Like, people in the Midwest, they drive 6, 7, 8 hours.
Oh yeah.
To go see some shit, and like, you just like, don't act like that. Like, nothing's impossible.
No.
Just go.
No, hell, we put on our first festival last year, man, the Tennessee Metal Devastation Music Fest, and we had people flying in from fucking California and shit, man.
Hell yeah.
So, you know, I mean, yeah, like, and that was just to see a bunch of underground bands that nobody had ever heard of. So I was like,
that's dope,
dude. Like, you know,
that's the vibe. Like, that's the correct. If you want to support, you know, these bands and like this music and this scene, then yeah, you kind of got to put a little bit of blood into it.
Yeah,
that's just the way it goes.
Or gas.
Put a little
gas in the tank, man.
a little bit of blood, a whole lot of gas.
Fuck yeah, man. Well, as far as these songs on this record, man, can you tell us, like, what are some of the lyrical themes and shit like that? Like, where do you get your inspiration for this stuff?
For this one, for War Remains, it changed. It went from reading a lot of history books and a lot of poetry books. I don't know how else to describe it. Towards reading psychology books and listening to like psychology lectures. And from that perspective, I was like, okay, I have a better understanding of kind of hitting these, I don't know what you want to call them, I guess like metal tropes of like war, devastation, all this evil shit, but come at it from a psychological perspective.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of made it, or at least attempted to make it more unique, and have something new to say. Not necessarily like big bomb goes boom. Like, it's just like, well, what's the aftermath and what's the psychological effect of that big bomb going boom? And how does that like affect? How does that affect everyone for generations? Stuff like that. So yeah, a lot of James Hillman, a lot of Carl Jung, trying to understand the unconscious and the intangible, like the collective knowledge of humanity, like, which is fucking impossible, and you'll go insane to even attempt to do it. So I kind of stopped. But yeah, it's just a lot of trying to pick pieces of a very chaotic and violent world and thread the needle, so to speak, with the subconscious.
And when you're singing stuff like this, and I know with this style of music, man, like it's very much rage and anger driven, like,
yeah.
Where are you digging in, like, for that feeling? Like, what are you thinking about whenever you're delivering that? Is there like a specific thing that you're focused on that makes that happen? Or
yeah, it's pretty easy because no one knows what the fuck I'm talking about. So I know immediately. It's like, well, the minute I get on stage, I'm going to be misunderstood, or they just blanketly won't know what I'm talking about, or what I'm trying to like hearken, or what I'm trying to evoke. So yeah, it's just like I'm trying to, through that anger and rage and like going insane on stage, I'm trying to show how passionately I mean what I'm saying, like, and how dire everything kind of is, or like how I perceive it to be. And so if I go fucking nuts on stage, or for like my like pitch and voice like goes from, pretty standard to where like I'm losing my fucking mind, like he sounds insane all of a sudden, it's because I'm trying to drive home a point. So in that regard, it's like a really bad speech, I guess. But yeah, I just no one knows what I'm talking about. I feel very misunderstood, and I just need to shout at people because I'm mad about it. So that definitely helps.
Well, it fucking works, dude. It fucking sounds cool, man.
It's awesome. Yeah.
I mean, it does, dude.
I'm using misfortune to my fortune, to my benefit, I guess. It's not fortune. I can barely pay rent, but yeah.
It's definitely cool music to blast while you're driving around, fucking in traffic and shit, fucking road.
Hell yeah,
and shit, man.
Oh yeah, it'll get you through. It'll get you home, man.
It will, dude. I mean, you roll down the windows and blast this kind of stuff, and people are just gonna like, you know, they're like, yeah, just get out of that guy's way, man. Don't fuck with him, man.
Yeah. He's out of his mind. Like, just let him merge.
Hell yeah, dude. Well, so what else do you guys have anything else big that you want to announce that's coming up? Anything?
I mean, besides the Venom tour, the Venom Inc. tour ends in Denver, and then we're driving back to the East Coast fast as fuck to meet up with Creeping Death for their tour.
Nice.
To hit the rest of the East Coast with them. For their, like, they have like a 2-leg long U.S. tour. So we're doing the East Coast run with them. So we're, basically just driving back just to catch up with them and keep playing immediately after we're done with the Venom tour. So it's like another week and some change, I think, after 3 weeks on the road. So, yeah, like, we love fucking playing, so we're not going to stop.
Hell yeah. Well, for people out there listening that want to check you guys out and buy some merch, buy some records, anything like that, where's the best place for them to go?
Our Bandcamp page is the easiest. We do all of the mail order out of my garage. So we basically just like wait till we have like a decent amount of batch orders, and then we have like a merch day where our guitarist Will sets up a laptop and just yells orders at me, and I like stuff all the stuff myself.
Hell
and
yeah.
we label everything ourselves and put it in a big laundry basket, and he takes it to the USPS. And so yeah, that's our enforcedbandcamp.com is the easiest way to get merch. I mean, we're streaming on YouTube and Spotify and wherever people listen to music. But you can find it if you want it.
And you guys are pretty active on social media. Like, where should fans go to?
Yeah, the best one would just be hit us up on Enforced RVA on Instagram. That's the one we check the most, like multiple times a day. So if you have questions or inquiries or want to send us some shit, like, that's the easiest way to do it.
Hell yeah. Right on, man.
Cool.
Well, I'm about out of questions for you, dude. Is there anything else you want to let the people know?
No, just thank everybody for everyone's time, and hope you check out the band. Hope you like what you listen to, and thanks for giving us a chance, and thanks for your time.
Hey, man, thank you, dude, for taking the time to talk to us and hang out. And I also want to give a big shout out to Nikki from Breaking the Law PR for hooking up the interview, man. She's awesome. Nikki's the best. And before I let you go, can I get you to make us a station tag? Yeah, what exactly do you have, like a script? Whenever you're ready, say something like, "This is Enforced, and you're listening to Metal Devastation Radio." Hey, this is Knox from Enforced, and you're listening to Metal. God, see. Oh, sorry, dude. I can never do it. Like in the first take. Take two. All right. Hey, this is Knox from Enforced, and you're listening to Metal Devastation Radio. Fuck yeah, dude. It only took 2. I've done some that take like 10. And you're just like, and everyone's like, how can you not do this? It's like, just put me on the spot, man. I'm not ready. Hey, it happens, dude. Fucking, We had Max Cavalera was on here a while back, man. He did a whole bunch of them, man. It took
badass.
It's all good, dude. Fucking thank you again for taking the time to talk to us, man. I really appreciate it. And what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna blast some more Enforced for these motherfuckers so they can go crazy. All right.
Badass. Sounds sick, man.
All right, man. Hope that poison ivy fucking heals up, dude.
We'll be good, Zach. I'll figure it out, man.
All right, man. We'll see you on the road hopefully soon, man.
Absolutely. Cheers.
Cheers. Talk to you later, brother.
Bye.
There you have it, folks. Enforced live on the Zach Moonshine Show with Metal Devastation motherfucking radio. Like I said earlier, put your speakers in your windows, put them in your front lawns, put them in your neighbor's driveway. If you're living in the basement, duct tape your speakers to the ceiling. If you're in the attic, point your speakers at the floor. If you're in the back of an Uber car or a taxi cab or a bus, take your earbuds out and crank your fucking cell phone up. Do whatever you got to do, man. Make everybody around you fucking nervous and make them look at you and be like, what the fuck is wrong with this motherfucker? Crank it the fuck up loud.